As a man, if you don't have house core job, don't look for a woman with house core job. And for the man that complain about women that do that, look for a man that has all three and they don't have all three. We can do that. We are women. You want us. You need us. Y'all want one thing from us. And mad because we boss y'all around because you're a fucking servant. You're a provider, right? You're a protector, right? You're a security guard and you're a goddamn assistant. Know your place. Stop being contradicting. And bow down. Because I'm sick of it. As a man, if you don't have house core job, don't look for a woman with house core job. And for the man that complain about women that do that, look for a man that has all three and they don't have all three. We can do that. We are women. You want us. You need us. Y'all want one thing from us. And mad because we boss y'all around because you're a fucking servant. You're a provider, right? You're a protector, right? You're a security guard and you're a goddamn assistant. Know your place. Stop being contradicting. And bow down. Because I'm sick of it.
Oh, you were finished? Oh, well, allow me to retort.
Gosh, something wrong here.
Hey, where the bitches at? It's supposed to be titties. Where the fucking titties and the bitches?
You know, I want to say what everybody's thinking, but, you know, it's elementary that, you know, they can't go a moment of the day, you know, without putting out propaganda, you know, negative propaganda. Okay. And I thought I went and looked at social media and everything, and it was laughable and shit. I even saw what was presumed to be the baby father on her page, right? On her TikTok page. I went and looked, right? So I wanted to know who, because, you see the clip where she has the baby and everything. You see what she really looks like. Okay, and she has, like, I guess, thirst traps on there where she's wearing, like, some, gym compression yoga pants. She's wearing, like, a yoga pants, the little bubble ones, whatever that, and like a top, like a form-fitting top. But, it's just laughable and shit because, to me, she looks like a giant prepubescent girl. She's built like a giant version of a chubby, fucked off 12-year-old black girl from the hood. Okay, and just listening to that bullshit she said, I would just take her phone away. To be quite honest and shit. And I'm not a thuggo or nothing like that. I don't feel like I look intimidating and shit. I have a certain authority that comes with my chronological age and shit. But like I would catch her doing this and shit, and I would just go in the frame and look at the phone while she's recording that and then pick it up and turn it off and put it in my back pocket and just walk out of the room with it and shit. Alright? And I seen the guy that might be the baby daddy, and he's laughable too. It's just like this parodies of what are supposed to be black people and shit. She knows she trolling and she full of shit. I want to say she need therapy and I really don't care. I just know how I felt when I saw it, and I feel like I don't want to, incriminate myself or nothing. I don't feel like I am incriminating myself, but when I say what a lot of us were thinking and shit, she had a punchable face when she smiled so sweetly after doing her troll video and shit. She had a ton of troll videos. This shit is never going to change until you start making these motherfuckers feel the consequences of that shit, and you can't do that on social media because there's no money to be made in flagging these hate videos and shit, okay? It's just a mind fuck, okay? These sisters do this shit all the time. Nobody don't want to be with her. That dude, they got her pregnant. I laugh at his ass all day long and take her phone out in front of him and start going through it and shit and looking at stuff and tell him this is your bitch phone and I'm looking through it and I was a perennial victim growing up and shit. Okay, I was so much a victim growing up in the shy that like I have unlimited street cred. You know, I can walk through the most dangerous of hoods and be left alone. Right? I'm old enough that when I call the police in the shy, they actually show up and to see what the fuck's wrong. Yeah, yeah. I feel like she has a punchable face and shit. I like who asked you to talk? Hey, what are you doing talking, motherfucker? Why you ain't finished growing up? You're like a giant prepubescent 12-year-old with a punchable face, with a slappable face, whatever. What's that shit? The bear? You know, the bear. They pick the bear. I want the bear. I would like to bring a giant grizzly bear, a Kodiak bear, and open the door to that room and just let that motherfucker come in there and see if, you know, they make out like bandits. Oh my god, this shit never gets old. This shit never gets old. I actually recorded a longer commentary about this shit, but I felt like just showing you who was actually talking and shit in exquisite detail. Her holding the baby and everything and dancing around with her nappy hair and everything and a fucked up body that looked like a bar ivory soap, an old school bar ivory soap with arms and legs stapled to it and shit and a fucked up, you know, head and no neck and shit, you know? I'm like, who are you talking to? Like she said that, you know, that women have privileges because of their fucking vagina and shit, their box or whatever. We're women, we can do that. You want us, you need us and shit. We don't need you. And you know that. That's why you're making, you know, videos and shit instead of doing something for yourself, motherfucker. You don't even lie. I feel like being totally silly with this shit. I want to be totally unrealistic and silly. I don't need to put a disclaimer. If anyone tries to use this audio clip against me, will just be in court and shit. Okay. Anything I'll say out, you know, how I feel about her punchable face, and you know, in tandem with what she was saying, that she shouldn't say nothing. Okay, she shouldn't say nothing. I wouldn't buy her a TV dinner. I would buy her a TV dinner. She start talking, saying all this shit in front of me. I would take both of my giant hands and clamp one behind her head and the other one over her mouth. I wish I was like the Predator with that little bracelet and I could make myself invisible. I want to go in the room while she's saying this shit to black men. I want to go in the room, right? Like the Predator. Maybe I'm saying that because the movie came out recently or whatever. I'm never watching it. I want to go in that room with the Predator bracelet and be invisible and climb on top of, like, get at an elevated height and shit, like on top of a dresser or something, and just jump off and shit, right? Jump off the top of that bitch as high as humanly possible and kick her in the side of any part of her head with both of my size 13. Just donkey kick the shit out of her from an elevated height, knock her out of the chair, and then just take the phone slowly and walk out and put it in my pocket. That's absurd, right? It's absurd is what she's saying to us. Okay, it's not funny. She's not trying to be funny. She's serious, man. That's that shit she said. We need to bow down. Like, who's gonna bow down to you? Okay, even if it was like some kind of, you know, feminist society where men were enslaved and shit, you would be the lowest tier of it. You wouldn't even be able to work in like the holding pens where they would keep all these enslaved black men that's getting sassy and getting passports and flying out of this bitch. Yeah, she wouldn't even. She'll still be working at a McDonald's or the equivalent of a Walmart and shit. Okay? Yeah, this is. I don't call this a rebel black woman or nothing. She has no value to me. Right? And I'm not selective. She has no sexual value, no talking game. She has no talk game. And I don't want to look at her. And I don't care about her fucking kids or nothing. I don't give a shit if she got food in her pantry or anything. I don't care if her boyfriend is a good guy or a shitty guy. I never give him any advice because he already destroyed himself by laying up with this motherfucker. Man, look at this nigga, man. I can't call her nothing else. It's such ignorant shit she says. And she knows she fucked up. Okay, I come out here and I tell you I'm non-select, even though you don't see me. Okay, I'm non-select. I'm an older dude. I'm 56. All right, I'm 56 motherfucking years old and shit, and I'm laughing. I was laughing when I recorded an earlier version of this shit. I was actually really, pissed off. Just I just like the way she's talking and everything. It's just like, man, I like just put like a bag on her head or something to just run away. Have like one of those duck call things they have when they be hunting them ducks and just put that shit on her head and blow it. I want to be as absurd as the fucking shit that came out of her mouth and shit. It was just why I went and pulled the single clip of her dancing around with her baby, a baby that she shouldn't have. Okay, I think she should put that baby in the foster care system and just pay child support for her own kid. She does not deserve to have a kid. Okay, the baby daddy don't deserve to have a kid because he put his penis inside this motherfucker and procreated with this shit. I like stop making these inferior copies of yourself when you are substandard. Okay, for you, I'm gonna take a page out of the black feminist, supremacy talking shit, and just say, hey, motherfucker, don't have no kids. Get your tubes tied and shit, motherfucker. You need to take care of yourself, and you can't even do that because you're over here making ill-advised videos. All right. I don't want to make no disclaimers or nothing. Anybody hear this shit and call me out for being a misogynist or a toxic masculinity? So be it, man. I'm in my motherfucking 50s, man. Like, god damn it. I was raised in a matriarchal gulag and shit. I'm telling you, I get generations of really bad stuff. Okay? And just looking at her motherfucking face, it reminded me of somebody that I know. Somebody that's supposed to be loyal to their blood, but they weren't and shit. They decided that they would fleece me and rob me of everything of my ass. It reminded me of a certain person and shit. And I just feel like a big, giant bear paw. I could be a weird bear and just smack upside the head. It's because we tired of looking at that. That's why I had this freeze frame of her big ass face, in close up, so you can understand how I feel and shit. Why I would say such a thing and shit. And I don't. I'm not a criminal. I've never seen the inside of a jail or anything like that. Never done no criminal activities and shit. Right? You had to get it from the dirt, squeeze blood from a rock, and I don't want to hear this shit. And I don't want nobody I know listening to this shit. I want niggas and kings and whoever the fuck else that I don't know not to hear this bullshit. Not without reproach. Alright? She said we need her. Not just say her, she said you need us. Yeah, you have to get in the crowd. She want these motherfuckers to try to hide in the chaos. She's an agent of chaos and op. I'm gonna tell you these little, I call you a human dinkleberry. Like the shit that's in the skid mark in your drawers. That little ball in there, them little balls. You one of those, okay? You one of those. I tell you, a bum bitch when I see one. This is a spanking, by the way. This is verbal spanking. You deserve it, right? But I feel like putting an audio over this shit, some wrestling shit when people say you deserve it. You deserve this. Right? You are a living dinkleberry. Everything that come out of your cooch is a dinkleberry. Right? It has no hope for the future because you're in charge of it. You're a arrested development fat ass piece of shit. Okay? And I hate to be that clear about it. You make these videos insulting legions of people that you'll never know, never see. So you can take this whooping. Huh? This motherfucking whooping. You deserve it. Okay? I wish I could give you a whooping for real. With a belt or the ironing cord, the black community's vaunted and legendary ironing cord. It might even come from the back of a detachable cord from a coffee pot, which I was beaten with several times in my youth, along with the pot later. Yeah, man. This shit never get old. I was talking about some, a real man, this, that. You don't know a real man because you're a child. All right? A real man did not knock your ass up and give you that fucking baby that you're embarrassing, like dancing around in the fucking, I feel like that like, when I saw the clip with this chick dancing with her kid, I was like, man, if only I knew who the grandma was, not even the mother of this piece of shit. I would call the grandma and say, you need to go get your grandbaby over there. She over there fucking around. She holding the baby fucked up with the back of the head and shaking it and shit. I'm like, that's a newborn infant. She had a bunch of videos where she's pregnant, doing goofy shit with her belly exposed. Like, femininity is gone, fellas. It's gone. This is just biological life forms capable of giving birth. 3D print more ignorance. Okay? Yeah, she's walking around with her gut out and shit. I feel like putting some of that shit on here, but I didn't want to waste the time doing it, going between two laptops to get this clip and post it so that, we got somebody out there can have a laugh and shit. I'm not shitting on women. I'm making this goddamn video because I lament the death of femininity. Okay? And you guys could sit up there and tell me about how it's oppressive and all that shit and abused and antiquated and shit when I'm 56 motherfucking years old. And I like, hey, every time I go out the door, I got to see one of these living dinkleberries, the dregs of humanity walking around and looking like giant, children and shit. And it makes me more political and more radicalized and shit when I hear this shit. And I am more honest and shit. I feel like she had a big smackable head, a smackable head. Like, I'm serious, man. Just get like the predator thing and shit and just turn like, and blend in to camouflage and just do some kind of like fucked up kick and shit. Or something, I ain't gonna lie, shit. I'm like saying something much worse and shit. Now some asshole gonna get this audio clip and try to fuck with me about it later, and I'm not even gonna give a shit. I could be as fanatical as with the shit she just said. I got that belief system and say I don't care if I starve to death, right? I don't care if I starve to death. I know who I am as a person and shit. And this social media shit is just the end of humanity because you get to live in a bubble. Right? And there's no one there to correct you. All right? Your whole life, everyone you ever knew failed you as a person because you made this fucking video. All right? And you have social media and your little phone and all this shit. You can live in a bubble and no one can check you in there. All right? And the dude that's fucking you to give you that baby and probably ran away by now. He's a struggle guy. He's a struggle poopy and shit because he laid down with you. The minute he laid down with you, he ain't worth shit. Even amongst the ranks of the poopies and everything else you want to call it. All right? Now, you're a hater, all right? Because you know you can't compete where you don't compare, okay? Now, I get tired of this emotional violence, the mind fuck game and shit. You guys continue the legacy of white supremacy and blackface. So I give you these back shots with this paddle, right? This verbal paddle. Because you get your ass whooped and shit. You deserve it. Huh? You deserve it, man. You need it. I don't want to tell you to get off the phone. If you turn your phone off, you might as well it's like cutting off your life support. Alright? So, hey, it's a teachable moment for dumb niggas. Alright? Not including yourself. You don't learn nothing. You just stay the same and shit. But you need to get that baby to CPS and shit. And let somebody competent raise that baby. You never know. The baby might still be young enough where it could grow up with just barely have a memory of you and shit. Maybe a nice white family. You'll get this baby some liberals and they'll raise it. Don't worry, it'll turn to be a blue-haired lesbian that's hyper aggressive, and your genes, your dormant genes, will just come to the fore. And I'll be like a 80 to 100-year-old motherfucker, and I'll still make a response video to your shitty ass kid too. Okay? Fuck you. I say that from all the black men that you fucking with. You mad they don't want to live with your ass and shit. And you get double mad when you look at the dude that knocked your ass up because you know he ain't shit because he laid down with your bum ass. Okay? You have no decorum. Right? You have no home training. You ain't been raised right and you're fucked. Okay? You're fucked. And I enjoyed making this second commentary just to see how I fucking felt. Alright? I enjoyed making this shit. Alright? I get tired of this shit. I might keep making these things when I feel like it, and I don't care how anyone feels about it. They can kiss my motherfucking ass. I believe in myself enough to starve to death or be summarily executed and shit in the face of bending the knee to your generational ignorance and your abuse on all levels and shit. It needs to be addressed. Alright? And I say hell no, I won't go. Okay? And nobody else will, except the stupid ass dude that laid down and laid up with your ass without a hat on, and now you got another kid to fuck up. She got more than one kid, bro. Alright? If he on here talking about you need us. I need that. I need you. Are you kidding? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Jesus Christ, man. The mind fuck you tried to do with shit is almost as bad as the mind fuck I'm doing just to talk to your ass. Right, nigga? Like, Jesus Christ, man. don't give a fuck, man. I don't know when I'm gonna release this shit, but you're most definitely a bust down. You were genetically, you were the mutant. You were born already past post wall. Okay, my nigga? You were born post wall as shit. You got nerve sit up running your mouth. Now, I know you don't know what I'm looking like, but just imagine I'm smiling just like you. I'm doing that sweet ass smile, right? Doing that shit, man. It's a stinger, man. This is not a prediction and shit. Real life is crap. It ain't gonna get no better. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
Nigga, you know you don't interrupt me when I'm finna sing, nigga. My mind's telling me no.